Okie dokie artichoke. Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Paint. I'm your host, Trooper 6, and we're still here with Endryd Haar, and I don't have the right pot. All right. I got out some barbarian flesh. I figured, hey, let's just throw some paint on his face real quick, and we can let that dry, and we could see all the stuff that we need to see, that we need to paint still when it comes to him. So he's going to have stitching all over his face because, well, if he was a former Thunder Warrior, then he's definitely going to have a lot of battle scars. And then just being a World Eater is enough for all the scarring. But he literally has like staples or stitching just all over his fucking face. Like he is a hideous fuck. He really, really is. So, all right, let's get some gunmetal out by Army Painter. And we're going to do a bunch of the metal bits real quick. So that means all the studs, part of the weapon, some of the backpack. And we'll start with the backpack. All right, let's get a thick blob and bloop, 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 bloop. And painting this over black just makes it all the darker, of course. And it's going to look fucking great. Because him as a black shield, I don't want too many bits on him that are going to be like all so bright. You know, I would like everything to kind of blend together. Like, you know, all of this really does fit. You know, you're not really going to have all this dark-ass tone to him and then just have some really bright shit going on. And if you did, I feel like you would have to justify it for something. So about the brightest thing I think will be on here are the heat vents or the exhaust vents, because I was going to do our now classic vent look, which is putting some white in there and then staining it with the I don't know, I just call it the Flame Mammoth orange. It's like Magma Mammoth or some bullshit. I don't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. I don't even have it with me. And then we were going to go with the Imperial Fist yellow. Because it will look great. Everything will look great like that. I was going to say, ooh, you looked a little watery there. All right. And I love having all the different metal bits and colors on the backpack because it really does break it up and makes it more, in my opinion, just a little bit more realistic for him. Because not all of it is going to be just that stark, you know? Or it's not going to just be that flat and plain. And because honestly, that's all I would think of it as, is flat and plain. And that's not attractive. That's not cool. It's not exciting to the eyes. Like, there's a guy I saw, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but I saw some Carcharodons, and the guy's painting is fantastic. However, his Carcharodons are so, in my opinion, and I'm very sorry, they're kind of fucking boring to look at. He doesn't do any trim paint work. He doesn't do the white face. I'm not sure if he even does eye lens glow, which in my opinion, he doesn't have to do that. And in my opinion, the Carcharodons have black eye lenses to reflect their black eyes and reflect the darkness within, but hey, whatever. But they're such wonderful painters. They're very talented. I saw that work and it's just so nice to look at. But it left a lot for me. It left a lot to be desired. So I was just like, dude, where's the rest of the color? And that's not even to say that he did anything wrong, because he didn't do anything wrong. You can paint your models however the fuck you want. And I love that. And honestly, again, they did an amazing job. So it was me just nitpicking. But I would like them to show off their paint skills just a little bit more. I'm like, dude, you've got it. You've got it. Just flaunt it. Be a painting whore. And show it. All right. But man, Endryd Haar. I love this guy. He's got some brutal lore. I love the fact that he was just too angry to die, as Luton said. And that he, if anybody would have taken down Abaddon, sure, if Sigismund didn't do it, I think Endryd Haar would have been equally satisfying, if not more satisfying. Because him and his Abaddon and his elite First Company Terminators, they're undefeated. And then they ran up against this guy and his little squad, and they were getting fucked up. And that would just be amazing. It would just be that much more amazing. Okay. This grenade is definitely going to be painted silver. The other grenade is going to be green. Because whenever I get the pineapple grenades, is what I call them. Whenever I get a pineapple grenade, I usually try to paint that green. Just hark back to an old time of, the little green grenades and shit. But some of the other grenades I like to paint silver or a different color, just to show that it is a different type of grenade that would have a different purpose to it. They're not just going to have frag grenades. Sometimes they'll have frack or plasma or something. They're going to have something. Maybe it's just a high X. All right. If it's a high explosive, that's fucking great. And we can rock with that. But something to indicate that it is a different type of grenade. That's all I would want. It's just something to indicate that. All right. So here we go with this challenging bit of trying to pick out the necessary knuckles. The knuckle studs. Knuckle studs. Can we do it? Can we do it? I think we can. We're like the little painter that could. I think I can. I think I can. And if you can't, well, you learn. You learn for next time, don't you? And it worked out. Look at that. Now we're going to do this little trim around the fist. Ooh, I'm pretty sure Vega is now playing. It's been a while since I've honestly listened to this soundtrack in that kind of aspect, like where I know the track names. It's been a while. But damn, do I love me some Doom. The music is just perfect for the game. It really, really is. All right. All right. And I'm not going to forget about this gun. But as I said, we're not going to leave it black. I don't care if it's black in the artwork. I don't care. It will bug me. It will be too boring for me. I need something. And go figure, I say it'll be too boring for me, yet I'm not going to do the hazard stripes. Because I honestly just don't want them there. I really, really don't. But we're going to paint that. I'm going to get this metal piece. Get that shit on the inside. Oop. This might be Hellwalkers. The music, I mean. Not exactly sure. Can't look up right now. Well, there's nothing even on the screen that would tell me the name. So it's either Vega or Hellwalker or Hell Knight. No, not Hell Knight. Ah, damn! I was way off. UAC report file, huh? Sure, whatever. Okay, I had it wrong. Big deal. All right, there's his gun. Looking okay. Looking okay. I think I am gonna paint this silver as well, just because it doesn't seem right to me. It really just doesn't. I really wish I could remember what kind of weapon it was. Maybe I'll be smart and put it on the screen. If not, I guess I was just lazy. That or I missed it. There have been total times where I was editing and just wasn't paying attention and missed something. Other times I was just being an asshole to myself, which happens. It does happen. Now the muzzle of that gun, don't worry, we are going to change that. We're going to paint that back to black because that's just, yeah, not going to have that. All right, but we're getting the Steel Legion drab out because we are going to do this belt real quick. The belts and the crotch straps. It's just funnier to call them crotch straps. Look at his little loincloth to denote that he was a man in charge. I feel like Endryd Haar was probably a lieutenant or a captain, because I can't remember off the top of my head. If he wasn't, then damn, he was just that decorated. But you know, you don't have a symbol like that on your fucking on you without denoting something. And usually, at least from our recent experience with the Obsidian Suns Primaris captain with Power Fist, that is the exact symbol he had on his Power Fist, and he was a captain. So, Endryd Haar, most likely a captain. And I had an idea for him, kinda, for my Sanguine Heresy project. And that was to make him a Primaris. To say that he had lived this long and became a Primaris. And to have our very first Primaris Black Shield. And I felt like that would have been so fucking cool. And if you think it's going to be cool doing that, by all means, you let me know, and I will do it, because I have the model over there. It's ironically the original model that we were going to use for the Obsidian Suns, and that we ended up not using. We ended up not using that. Almost forgot about the skull on his belt. All right. He's coming together pretty nicely. I'm liking this. Liking it. Let's close that. And we'll have to get the skeleton horde back out for something, but hold on, let me get my bearings straight and try to remember what the hell I was doing. Right. Excuse me. Whew! We're getting those studs on his straps because, believe it or not, they are dry enough to do it. Honestly, we should have gone in with the barbarian flesh and hit up the edge highlighting first. But that's okay. We'll challenge ourselves and we'll do it second. Might be unnecessary. it might be a good laugh. All right. But again, before we do that, I'm getting that skeleton horde out again. And skeleton horde over the gray is not too shabby. But we'll see if it actually does anything. And it is not going to... Nope, it is not going to help us. Not going to help us. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. I always have skeleton bone by Army Painter. And we can do that. So, I'm having trouble remembering what I needed to grab. So we're going to do this real quick. Bloop. Boop. All right. Just a little bit thicker. There we go. Okie dokie. Now that we got that back, close that up. That doesn't really seal. Whew. All right, what are we going to do? I don't know. So we're going to jump around. And we're going to figure it out together, aren't we? Son of a bitch, this fucking brush sucks. But this one doesn't. All right, there's just enough. It's just wet enough. We can still do it. Perfect. Come on. Get in there. Bala, 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 bala. All right, that's fine. And then we can get the back of them. Make them stand out just a little bit in the back. And there you go. It's really that simple. It's okay. And whew, you can see my frayed brush. But again, all we need to do is touch up that. And there you go. It's so awesome and simple things can really, really be. So, what is this, episode 3 or 4? We have lost track already. But what do you say, 18 minutes on the dot, what do you say we get the Astra Militarum Green out? Astra Militarum Green, right her. Right here. Alright, why the hell did we get an Astra Militarum Green? Because, as I said earlier, we wanted to get that grenade. So we're going to get that grenade. I love doing that. It adds another color. It just adds something more to look at. You know, adds more dynamic to it. You know, because if things are just plain, again, you could be an amazing painter. But if things just look bland, then they look bland. All right? Got to have something. Something. So I've been trying different colors. We're still trying to keep him more or less pretty lore accurate as far as coloring and everything. I mean, he's a black shield, you know, and they kind of wear black. So, just trying to stay true to that. Let's get some skeleton bone out. Just a little dab. Get this brush going. Yeah, get you a little more dry than that. All right. And now we can get that symbol on his Power Fist. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Ah, relax. Relax. Okay. Sorry, my hand was going ape shit there. Yeah, see, the skeleton horde didn't do too bad of a job. But it did not sell the idea of this skull. And this skull doesn't need to be a skull color. It doesn't need to be bone color. It can really just be bronze or brass or copper, whatever you want it to be. It'll be be fucking silver. You could be red. It doesn't matter. But for me, it matters. And for me, it needs to be that. It needs to be fucking that. Because it's going to look fucking good. And you know what? We're going to do the same to the one that's on his shield, because I don't like these two metals together right here. I just don't. I want it to stand out just a little bit more than that. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. Just want them to stand out just a little bit more. And then shit, I forgot about all the studs on there. On that little fucking shield. So guess what? We're going to go back to our gunmetal again. You see how we jump all over the place? It's a clear indication of the ADHD that has been me all my life. Do you guys paint that way? I wonder if you do. I wonder if it has anything to do with being ADHD. If it doesn't, well, it wouldn't shock me. It really wouldn't shock me. And I swear, man, I feel like if anybody was like, dude, you ain't got no ADHD. Oh, fuck you. All right. I was on those goddamn pills, and I remember every painful second of it. So we're doing all right now. All right. I'm going to get out this matte white because we're going to do, what are we going to do? All right. I need to do that power chord, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with blue. Just to give that a different color, not the yellow. I don't want it to be too bright. And then also we need to do the vents and everything. I could start throwing them together next episode, I believe, too. And finish up on that base, and we'll be good to go. All right. So, without any further ado, I will see you guys on the next episode, okay? May the Void Father guide your brush. Please, 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 please stay happy and healthy. If you guys need help, if you just want someone to talk to, I mean, comment, dude. Reach out to me. What's up? Let's be clear. We're not looking for best friends in the world or anything, but also I'm not really trying to turn my back on you guys, you know? If you need help, I'd rather you reach out than you not. So with that confusing ass sentiment, I will see you guys on the next round, okay? See ya.